So, I'm here to talk about wrestling again. I've come prepared. Okay. So, since the last time I've done one of these, which has been kind of a while, because I just wanted to see how things played out over the next couple weeks with after Roadblock with Raw and all that stuff. And just because I don't usually watch Raw regularly because it's too long, and fuck it, you know, like I don't have enough time. I don't have the time to spend 3 hours to watch wrestling or sports entertainment. Or what happened? What was the what happened? What happened? What really happened with the whole, you know, Dean Ambrose versus Triple H, here we go. This is what happened. Exactly what I said would happen. Not the dream booking, the other thing, where I was like, oh, they're gonna fuck it up. And they did. So I ask you, let's say, hey, why do you think they booked this whole Roadblock thing? Why do you think they put a whole other event in between us and WrestleMania? Could it possibly be because they fucked up somewhere and they figured that out and they should probably make a big event out of this to let everyone know that there's going to be a big story change? Right. This is the thing about Roadblock, too, which was kind of annoying in and of itself. Great show. Great wrestling show, man. It was really good. Wrestling-wise. Technical prowess, ability, all that stuff was on full display. It was fantastic. It was great to see. The thing that Roadblock didn't do was affect storylines at all. That's a logical reason why someone would do that, right? So let's not. Let's announce the big show and then have it be completely inconsequential. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so angry. I knew this was going to happen. There was some, glimmer of hope. Sometimes I feel like the WWE is run by, like, Satan in actuality. Or maybe Vince McMahon is Satan, and he just kind of comes down from on high or on low, I guess, because he's Satan. He goes like, I'm going to do this. Maybe. I booked this match. It has a lot of potential, right? And everybody's like, yeah, it does. And then he's like, good. Pay for it. Pay for the new match. And then you go like, okay. This means it's going to be something that's rewarding for me, right? Because I'm paying for it, right? And he's just like, just pay for it, damn it. And then you do. And then, despite the fact that you know that he's lying to you, and he's selling you a bill of false goods, you go into the wrestling show and you sit and you watch. And you watch as your hopes are dashed against the wall by Vince McMahon. It's a little dramatic. Anyway, what happened? Really, it was such a great show in terms of just Sami Zayn was great. With Stardust, I believe. Was that it? Yeah, I think it was Stardust and Sami Zayn. Sorry, this was a while ago. I should have written this shit down, but I forgot to. A surprisingly good match out of Stardust, who has no right to have a good match, in my opinion. Cody Rhodes, maybe, but not Stardust. Charlotte and Natalya had a rip-roaring match that made me really excited. It was one of the better matches on the card. AJ Styles, I mean, it was all good. It was all good wrestling. The only thing was that at the main event match, which was also a great match, did nothing storyline-wise. It just really crapped all over. I mean, it's just, why? Why was it there? Okay, this is what happened. I had thought that, I mean, no, I didn't. I didn't really think this, but it was stoking my hope because, I mean, obviously all the promo shit for WrestleMania is already out there. You see Triple H with the title, staring down Roman Reigns like, I'm the game, I'm the king of kings. Triple H, Roman Reigns. Sorry. And so this is what happens. And it's funny because they booked it in such a way where they were like, hey, here's a great idea. How about we book it so... How about we book it so that everybody thinks that we gave them what they wanted for like 2 seconds, and then we just pull it the fuck away at the last minute. Doesn't that sound fucking hot, Vince McMahon? And then he's just in the corner like, yeah, grapefruits. Speaking of grapefruits, Vince McMahon must have giant grapefruits because he just has no qualms about pissing in his fans' eyeballs. Figuratively speaking. This is what happened. Great match. Just a fucking knockdown, drag out match, right? And then, at one point, Dean Ambrose hits Dirty Deeds, and Triple H doesn't kick out. Dean Ambrose gets a 3 count on Triple H. And you're probably thinking to yourself, if you haven't seen the show, or not a wrestling fan, which, why are you watching this in the first place? You're like, what happened? Well, Dean Ambrose got the 1, 2, 3, but his feet were under the ropes. Yeah, his feet were under the ropes, so he didn't get the pinfall. Got the 3 count, didn't get the pinfall. A lot of people were like, his feet were under the ropes. There's pictures and shit, like his feet are like, going on in circles, like, it's not under the ropes, you piece of shit. There's so many people that wanted him to win this match that they had this, like, fucking campaign that was like, there was no way his feet were under the ropes. Of course, it's a work. This was all planned. It's a screw job finish. Just to see the from a booking standpoint, they're saying, look, Dean Ambrose is strong enough to beat Triple H. He's a contender for the title. La-di fucking da. And but we don't want to give him the title. That is what WWE is telling you with their booking. They're saying, he's a good wrestler, he deserves the title, he's a contender for the title, but we don't want to give him the title. Why don't we want to give him the title? We want to give the title to Roman Reigns. Which is fine. It's fine to give the title to Roman Reigns. Okay? This is what I'm saying. You can do it. You just... See, the thing is, the WrestleMania match, the main event card thing that you have, sucks. There's no interest there, man. There's none. None. No interest. No one gives a shit. All you had to do was flip the title to Ambrose. Right? In fact, you should have done this at Royal Rumble when he was when it was down to him and Triple H. Just give it to Ambrose. Why give it to Triple H? Why is Triple H the heel? Why is Triple H even competing? Why do we care? Is it because he wants to preserve his wrestling spot on WrestleMania? Who gives a shit? Nobody gives a shit. Okay. Like, really, invest some shit in your newer talent, please. Let's not fucking card out Triple H, who's been fucking headlining WrestleMania for 12 years or fucking ridiculous amount of time. Longer than that. why don't you get some fresh skin in the game? This is what the problem I had with like WrestleMania 27 and 28. These fucking main events are like John Cena versus The Rock, Triple H versus Sting. Nothing against Sting. Really, I'm not trying to shit on the dude. He was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day. He is fucking old. That's why he retired. Like after his second match in WWE, he is too fucking old. Sorry. I mean, WrestleMania 27, they had Triple H go against Undertaker, and they were both. I can't do it. They were both okay. So Triple H versus the Undertaker with Shawn Michaels as the special referee. One of the main events, because WrestleMania isn't small enough for just one main event anymore. These two guys, they put on a hell of a match. Okay? A hell of a match. But they looked old. They looked like they're... Like, I don't want to take anything away from them. I really don't. But, like, there's a point where you, like, look at people and you're just like, maybe you should stop, because I'm worried. I'm worried you're going to do something to yourself that you don't want to do. Alright. Way off track. Yeah, so, Dean Ambrose got the 3 count. Didn't get the pinfall because... Well, he got the pinfall. But it didn't count because his foot was under the ropes, and we only employ rules when it... You know, whenever we feel like it. So the match goes on. And it gets. I mean, it's already a great match by this point. But I guess like they're like, okay, just go a little bit further. He kicks Triple H's ass some more. He has him laid out on the table, the announce table outside the ring. He's about to jump off, and you know, at this point I knew. I was like, well, there it is, right there. There's a death blow. Because Dean Ambrose goes to the top rope, and he's gonna jump from the top rope onto Triple H on the announce table. Ideally. Because really that doesn't happen. He does the woo, and then Triple H goes nope, and he crashes through the fucking table. And he's like, ow. I immediately regret this decision. I almost thought they were going to count him out because the ref's like, 7, 8, 9, and I'm like, come on. Like, don't end this on a count out, you cocks. They didn't, because that would be terrible. So he gets back in the ring, and immediately runs into a pedigree, 1, 2, 3. Great. So that's it. Roman Reigns and Triple H at WrestleMania. Rudy fucking who. Okay, so, Raw's after that. Yeah. I was gonna see if Dean Ambrose was ever gonna, like, mention the fact that he beat Triple H, and he did. But then, WrestleMania mind kicked in, and Brock Lesnar came out, and he was like, us, we fight. Don't talk about Triple H. Us, we fight. And then they focus on that because they forgot about it. They've forgotten about that storyline for the past 3 weeks before leading up to fucking whatever the fuck, Roadblock. And then they have to okay, this is what they did. They had to build the match between Triple H and Dean Ambrose for Roadblock, right? They did that. That match ended shittily. So there's no reason to continue that storyline between them. Cut to Raw after Roadblock, and then Dean Ambrose comes out, I beat the champ, blah, 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 blah. And then Brock Lesnar has to come out and be like, oh, wait, me. Pick up that line again, that storyline again, and run with it to some place that's meaningful. Which, gotta be honest with you, they didn't do. So, that match is gonna happen. They've had a couple vignettes with Mick Foley and Dean Ambrose, and Mick Foley's like, I got something for you. And he's all, I don't know why he sounds so old. I did that. But he's like, here, and he like, you know, he gives him Barbie, his baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire from the old days, and Dean Ambrose is like, yeah, Barbie. So it's like building up to the street fight, and then there's this past Raw was probably the worst thing that's ever happened. I'm pretty sure. I'm just kidding. But I mean, like, it was so bad the way they booked this show, because I gotta be honest with you, I wasn't into it at all, and I wasn't paying attention until there was one thing where they had this vignette with, again, instead of Mick Foley, it was Terry Funk, who came up to Dean Ambrose and he was like, "Oh, this is a hardcore error in my shit," or you know what the fuck, Amarillo, Texas. And he like gives him a chainsaw, just a chainsaw. He's just like, "Here's a chainsaw." Because remember, I was Chainsaw Charlie in the WWF in 1998 to 99. Why the fuck did they do that, by the way? They were just like, let's bring in Terry Funk and put pantyhose over his face and call him Chainsaw Charlie. And, fuck him. Is basically what they were saying when they did that. Anyway, gives Dean Ambrose a chainsaw. And Dean Ambrose is just like, sweet, a chainsaw. And just starts cutting things. Just like, yeah. Basically saying, like, oh, I'm going to murder Brock Lesnar at fucking WrestleMania with a chainsaw. Which would be the only way to follow that vignette up. So there's that. And then, the main event of that particular Raw, right? This really has to be discussed because it's so bad. Braun Strowman versus Dean Ambrose in the main event. And this is the only Dean Ambrose match I've ever seen, I'm pretty sure, that has gotten a "this is boring" chant halfway through. Like, maybe 2 minutes in. And I'm just like, okay. I don't know why Vince McMahon has such a boner for Braun Strowman. Actually, I do. It's because he's a big guy. He's got big muscles. Grapefruits. But this is the thing. So you put Dean Ambrose in this match with Braun Strowman. I'm assuming to make it seem like he's a credible threat against Brock Lesnar if he goes over Braun Strowman, which is the only way this could make any sense to book, because basically this is what I mean. Braun Strowman can't work for shit. He doesn't sell. Doesn't know how to sell, I don't think. Everybody hates him. So you're gonna put him in your top babyface in with him, and then the way the match ends is in DQ. And this is what I thought watching this match. I'm like, wow, Braun Strowman is really not doing anything. He's really not selling anything. He's really not working with Dean Ambrose at all. I wonder how this is going to end. Well, it ended with Dean Ambrose getting pissed and just hitting him with a chair. And you're just like, sitting back just thinking like, so what did that do for me? What did that do for WWE? What did that do for WrestleMania? Nothing. Did nothing. For all of that, nothing happened. And it was a boring match, and it sucked. And it was maybe 4 or 5 minutes long. So, what essentially happened was Braun Strowman no-sold, Dean Ambrose worked, and we've got no indication that Dean Ambrose would actually be a credible threat to Brock Lesnar. Because he didn't go over Braun Strowman. If he went over Braun Strowman, that would make sense. But that would actually necessitate Braun Strowman working and selling and losing. Okay. So no. None of that. I'm thinking about, I was thinking about how they could possibly save WrestleMania and make it the main event for the world title. How could they possibly save the main event? They can't. There's only one way they can do it, and that is by turning Reigns heel at the match. Possibly not even letting him go over. Possibly keeping the belt on Triple H. I don't know. You know what? Triple H isn't a good champion either, so I guess what they could do is turn Reigns heel, flip the belt over to him, and then build the story for Dean Ambrose and Reigns. Or Seth Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns, if he comes back in enough time to do that. That would be great. But WrestleMania itself, I don't know. I'd have to. There's no match that I'm like, ooh. I'm kind of excited for the Hell in the Cell. I mean, because we may just see Shane McMahon die. I don't know. Just kidding. I'm excited for the Divas title match, the women's title match. AJ Styles and Chris Jericho are gonna go at it again, maybe, probably. I guess. I don't know why they're doing that again. I mean, like, it's a good match, but I don't want to see it like 1,000 times. Kevin Owens. I don't like the. Alright, so it's basically the Lesnar match and the Hell in a Cell match that I'm interested in. Everything else is just a big morass of bullshit. Fucking title match, who gives a fuck? Don't care. IC title match where they're fucking doing the ladder match thing. Okay. I'll add a caveat to the World Heavyweight Championship match. If Roman Reigns turns heel in that match, you just made that a main event. IC title match between 6 people, ladder match. Don't care. Sin Cara, Zack Ryder, Kevin. Like, who gives a fuck? There's like 3 people that no one cares about. That's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure WrestleMania is gonna suck. But I guess I'll reserve that opinion for when it actually happens.